Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I have yet again Skechers, and these are Skechers Morson-Sinatro, and I know Skechers always comes up with the weirdest names for their boots, but these are their hiking boots, and overall, I have to say, I am very impressed with these boots. Excellent boots, excellent comfort. They are true to the size. I do have a little bit minor complaints with the outsole, but you will have to stick around with the whole review to find out what exactly. So if you do have time for the whole review, let's get into it. As some of you already know, if you watched any of my reviews, you know that I don't just review stuff for absolutely no reason for you to buy or sell you stuff. No, I review boots because I want you to find the ultimate survival boots. Yes, this review is specifically for my ultimate survival boot section. So, if this was the boot that you were wearing or you had in your house and something really bad happened, and I mean 2020, 2021 should have given you the ideas of what bad stuff can happen. Yeah. So if something bad happened and you were wearing these boots or you put them on, would they contribute to your survival? If you had to run, if you had to fight, if you had to climb, do whatever that's necessary to survive, would they contribute or not? How do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, of course, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots that I review on this channel, so that the review is equal and unbiased, I do a 3-mile run. Sometimes it's really hard because I also review some work boots. I also review some pretty heavy hiking winter boots, so it can be hard. But I still do it. I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk without stopping, no pauses in between. And then I continue wearing the boots for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 7-8 hours. And like I said in the beginning, I am impressed with the comfort level of these boots. There are a few factors that make this boot very comfortable. Let's see, where is my... There it is. First of all, of course, would be the weight. And let's start with the weight here. This is size 10, 20.3 ounce. Excellent weight. Now, if you watched any of my reviews, you know I always give you guys a reference number. If you want something that is fairly lightweight, that is not going to give you unnecessary fatigue from the weight on your feet, you want to find something under 20 ounce. So 20 ounce is that good mark. A little bit over, no big deal. And the more under 20 ounce you find, obviously the lighter, the better it will be. 20.3, so it's right there on that mark. Perfect. Great job, Skechers. Seriously. And I mean, this is size 10, so if you get size 9, size 8, whatever size you are, definitely going to be lighter than that. But there are a few other factors that contribute to the comfort level. Another one, of course, would be the inner sole. And for whatever reason, really everything I reviewed so far from Skechers had really excellent inner sole. Now, I wish I could show you a little bit better over here, the inner sole, but unfortunately, it does not come out. This is not a removable inner sole, but as you can see, this is their memory foam. It is nicely shaped. It has a very good cushiony feeling to it. The memory foam just feels absolutely fantastic. I love it. I wish I could take it out, but Skechers decided to make it non-removable. But as you can see, it is very nice. I mean, you can't really tell how nice it is just by looking at it, but I promise you, you're gonna like it. If you're buying this boot, you're gonna like the inner sole. But besides that, you do have a lot of other cushioning going inside of the boot. As you can see, the tongue is nicely cushioned, the shaft is nicely cushioned, and the best part about this whole boot is that throughout the whole thing, you do have a layer of cushioning, even inside of the toe box. Not much, but it's still there, and I think it's a huge plus because a lot of times, a lot of boot manufacturers, for whatever reason, they make the toe, even if it has a toe cap for extra protection, they leave it very hard on the inside, and that just messes up everything they do. Not the case here. Great job, Skechers. Another thing that I wanted to mention whenever it comes to the comfort level is the flexibility of the bottom sole. Very important. Here It's not very flexible like a lot of other boots, but at the same time, considering how thick it is to give you a lot of protection for your hiking needs, is still decent enough. Maybe not decent enough to run properly, so you will be putting some stress on your heels, but luckily you do have a nice inner sole to protect you from the impact. Alright, so comfort level, great job Skechers, overall awesome. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, proofing and protection. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned in the beginning, these boots are waterproof. Yes, this is basic Skechers waterproofing technology. I did review a few other Skechers waterproof boots, never had any kind of problems with the waterproofing. The only complaint I have here is, you probably noticed that the gusseting on the tongue, it goes up to, let me tell you exactly how much. About, let's see, close to 5 inches, right? A little bit more than 5 inches. However, in the shaft, if you look at the full shaft, it's more than 6 inches. However, with the cutout on the back, it is about 5.5. So I think Skechers could have implemented a little bit more of the waterproofing. Around 5 inches is not that bad. You have 5 inches of waterproofing, but still, I think Skechers could have done a little bit of a better job, because if you utilize the full size, the full length of the shaft, you have more waterproofing. Why not, right? But anyway, it's just a little tiny kind of a suggestion. But let's talk about the protection, because you do have some decent amount of protection as well. First of all, this is 100% leather. Yes, so you do have a durability and the protection qualities of the leather. Now, while the toe itself is not really reinforced that much, there is some reinforcement going, probably about, as you can see here, I can show you the shape of it, right here, probably about an inch, with some decent reinforcement from the front. Very helpful, especially if you are hiking on a rocky area. Definitely very helpful. I mean, I cannot tell you enough how many times I've smashed my toe on some kind of rock or whatever in some rocky areas where I did the hiking. I mean, seriously, this is really good. Great job on it, Skechers. Probably not gonna save you from something falling on your on the top of your tongue, but not the tongue, sorry, toe box. But at the end of the day, you can't really fully protect yourself with. You gotta sacrifice a little bit of protection whenever it comes to the lightweight, and I think for amount of protection that these boots do provide, I think it's a pretty good sacrifice. Of course, you do have some protection here in the shaft, not much, it's still very thin, but with that padding, more or less. And of course, your heel is reinforced, and because you have a decent amount of outsole, you have some protection from the bottom as well. Let's talk about criteria number 3 now, the quality and the design features. Quality-wise, Skechers, I mean, people do like Skechers. First of all, they're very affordable. Second of all, for that affordable price, you do get a lot of stuff. So if you check pretty much any kind of Skechers on Amazon, by the way, the link for these ones, the Amazon link, is in the description below, so check it out. There are over 600 reviews and almost 5 stars. So people are impressed with these boots. People do like these boots a lot. Now, design features, usually I talk here about the lacing system. Here, lacing system is nothing special. It is good overall. There is metal hardware throughout the whole thing. And it is 6 pairs of closed hooks. Just regular loops, basically. That's it. Nothing crazy over here. The strings are very thin, so they slide through these holes very nice and easy. Now, I kind of wish that Skechers implemented some open hooks, 2 pairs of open hooks here instead of the closed hooks. I think it's a little bit, having open hooks is a little bit better whenever it comes to hiking, specifically hiking situations. And this kind of setup is more of a tactical, military type of setup. Not a big deal. It just can keep in mind that this will take a little bit more time for you to put them on and take them off. That's it. That's really it. Not a big deal. Overall, great lacing system though. But let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. Now, whenever I do my run, whenever I do my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. I start with older asphalt, going to the new tarmac, then I get into the sand, dry sand, wet sand, then the grass, dry grass, wet grass, then some trail surface, and then I get into the rocky road and finish up with some marble and tile, so flat shiny surfaces. And let me tell you guys, great outsole overall. The only complaint that I have is that it's a little bit on the flatter side for hiking boots. After all, these are advertised as hiking boots, and to me it's just a little bit not enough aggression for hiking, because in hiking situations you do come across some wet grass. Is normal, all right, and you want some more aggression. These are pretty slippery on the wet grass. There is decent amount of aggression here at the back and here at the front, but everywhere in between it's just not enough of that aggression. Everything else though, these boots do handle very good, and you probably notice the slip resistance, oil resistance, which is kind of weird for a hiking boot, but hey, it's a nice plus, and these do indeed perform very well on shiny surfaces like marble and tile. They do perform very good on those surfaces. Don't get confused whenever it comes to the slip resistance though, because you know, it doesn't mean slip resistance on slippery grass. No, you will slip on these, yeah, in a matter of seconds on the slippery grass, 100%. It is specifically for the shiny surfaces. And shiny surfaces, I'm not talking about snow or ice. They will be fine in the snow, but ice, they will be very slippery. Keep that in mind. This is just the way it is. Don't confuse the slip resistance with something like wet grass or even worse, ice. All right, so let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. I kind of mentioned the ice briefly. These are not in any way insulated, or they're not designed to be winter boots. Although they are waterproof and you might get away with some colder temperatures with some insulated socks, still I wouldn't recommend them for winter. One of the main reasons is because there's not enough aggression for anything icy, and at the same time, you know, if you are getting something specifically for winter, for colder temperatures, go with insulated boots. I cannot tell you enough how important the insulation is whenever it comes to colder temperatures. However, whenever it comes to warmer temperatures, like here in Florida where I was testing these, definitely nice and breathable, feel fairly lightweight, so didn't really overheat. Even during the running it didn't overheat, which is kind of surprising because they are waterproof, and usually waterproof boots you do sacrifice some breathability, but these guys pretty good. Let's move on to the criteria number 6 really quickly. Sizing. They are true to the size, so definitely happy with that. I always recommend getting half a size bigger for your boots, just to have a little bit of extra space in the toe box. Helps to prevent you from unnecessary fatigue on the trail. Criteria number 7 now, the balance of application. So if these really were the boots that, you know, something bad happened and you put them on and you were wearing them or whatever, would you survive in these boots? Honestly, great job Skechers. Fantastic, fantastic boots. I really have nothing bad to say about these boots. You know, a little suggestion here with open hooks, not a big deal. A little suggestion with a little more aggression in the outsole, really not that big of a deal. Maybe I would make the inner sole removable. Again, not a huge deal. Maybe I would add a little bit more padding on the inside of the toe box. Again, not a huge deal. Overall, I think this is really, really solid, good hiking boot that I would definitely recommend anyone, and I wouldn't mind taking it myself for really any kind of more or less serious hike, you know, wouldn't mind, because they are definitely comfortable. They are not heavy. They do provide waterproofing, which is pretty good whenever it comes to hiking boots. Not hiking shoes, hiking boots, I think is definitely a huge plus. And overall, they're built very nicely, and there are really not any problems anywhere. And of course, the protection at the toe, I'm honestly surprised. Overall, great job Skechers. But it gets even better. It gets even better when we get to the criteria number 8, the price. Because the price of these boots currently on Amazon is only $80. And I think it's a fantastic, fantastic price for everything you get in this boot. But listen to this, it gets even better. As of right now, there is a coupon code on Amazon for 20. Yes, not 10, not 5, freaking $20 off of these boots. So right now you can buy them for $60. And for $60, this is an absolute steal. Waterproof boot that is lightweight, that is this comfortable. I think it's a fantastic, fantastic buy. Wow, I cannot believe it. So the link is in the description below. If you wanna save it, if the coupon is not available, I'm pretty sure they will do it again. So yeah, if you had a chance to buy it for $60, I mean, you definitely got a great price on them. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this boot? What do you think about this review? If you have any requests for reviews, you can drop them in the comments below. I always look out for those and add them to my to-do list. And if I come across those things, I get them as a priority. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. I'll see you guys in the next video.